Alright, what's going on, guys? I'm gonna try to make it a habit to do like a first look video for the Fanduel slate, and then if Funk and I can record, we'll obviously do that like we normally do. But normally, what I do, besides not record myself doing this, normally what I do, I mainly just look at pictures, see if there's an edge or if there's a bad price tag or something, and make like mental notes to myself. Um, but we'll also go over some stacks. I have the games loaded up on my phone as well, but we might look at some bats too, just in case, I don't know. So we'll just jump into it really quick. I'm not gonna make this too long. So Grayson Rodriguez at 10-8. Originally, I thought it was steep. He had one bad-ish game because he didn't go six and he didn't get the win. But I mean, 52, 44, 26. This was a postponed game, and then 40. So, I mean, if you want to find like a contrarian stack or a stack that, you know, won't be super pricey, I wouldn't mind Rodriguez. Pablo Lopez has looked a little shaky. I think he's only 10-2 because he's playing the White Sox, but 49 and then kind of two crappy games here and then came back with like a 40 piece. So, I mean, against the White Sox, I like that. Logan Webb, I'm not too into. I feel like anytime we've played him in the past, feel like anytime we've played him in the past, he would be like chalk, and then, in like two innings, he has 50 pitches, and then he's lucky to get four. I mean, he's had some solid games this year. His last two have been solid. Um, it's the Mets, so take that how you want it. Stroman, we played him last time when he got a 16, just gave up too many hits, pitched too much. He didn't look bad to start the year, to postpone games, and then, I mean, against Oakland, he's going to be super popular. Logan Gilbert, I don't like against Texas because Texas has a tendency to just explode out of nowhere. Beginning of the year, we didn't really play Texas much, and they just started kind of going crazy. But I mean, his fantasy point numbers aren't too bad. It's just, can he get to like the Toronto number where he almost goes eight, throws eight strikeouts? Maybe. Um, I'm assuming he'll be a little contrarian. Someone that I was kind of looking at is Paul Blackburn. I mean, just look at these starts. He's got two wins on the year, 1.08 ERA at 9,300. I understand it's the Yankees. We've kind of, when I say we, I mean Funk and I personally. We'll see Stroman, for an example. Oh, it's Oakland. He's got this. We don't really think about the other side or look around more. I think that's kind of a big tendency a lot of people have for pitchers. And, obviously the Yankees are off to a good start. And I think the Athletics are kind of shocking some people to an extent. But I mean, I don't mind this. I think obviously he could have gone a little longer without the five walks, but I mean, you obviously don't want to see that. He ended up getting the win, which was good, but this is definitely, I wouldn't necessarily say if you're playing one lineup to play Paul Blackburn, but I mean, if you're running, let's just say 20 lineups, throw five in there with him, because compared to Rodriguez, Lopez, and Webb, even Gilbert, well, not really Gilbert, but you'll save a little bit of salary. You can pay up for, Atlanta, Houston bats, Texas if you really want to go up against Logan Gilbert. Gasman is a little interesting to me. I'm a little hesitant on him just because of how he's looked for the year. But at 8,400, that's kind of nice because, I mean, this ERA is horrendous, but I mean, you kind of want him in that area, in the 30-point area. We played him, I believe it was this game. You just better hope that he turns it back when he was, 11K every slate. And there's not much else here. If I had to rank them, I would go Lopez, Rodriguez, Blackburn, Stroman, Gilbert. I'm not too sold on Webb just because in the past he's kind of screwed us, but I'll talk about stacks and I'll kind of just scroll through here. Um, Atlanta, Minnesota. Who's pitching for Steven Matz, JP Francis? Oh my goodness. Um, I got my phone over here with the game, so I'm just kind of scrolling through just stacks. Yeah, Houston, Atlanta, Minnesota, Arizona against St. Louis. Obviously San Diego at Coors. I don't mind both sides of that. Baltimore looks a little interesting against Griffin Canning, who has been mediocre at best. Um, you're obviously gonna get the San Diego chalk. You know what? Let's see their prices. Yeah, this is nuts. So if you play Grayson Rodriguez, you're not going to be able to play any of these guys really unless you do like a random one-off of like Tatis if you're lucky, maybe Bogarts. But yeah, you're not really going to get any of those guys unless you play Gosman. Um and right now it's 1:15 in the morning, so I don't have any data to show you, but I think everyone and their mother knows if you play DFS consistently like we do that Tatis and the Padres are going to be super chalk just because they're at cores. Michael, no, it's not Waka, it's King, I believe. Yeah. Um, sometimes with these core slates, you try to get some Colorado bats, kind of depending on the team. Michael King is 9K. This is kind of another pitcher that is if you're playing not just single entry. His last start against Milwaukee, 7 and 2/3, 10 strikeouts. Didn't get the win, but got the quality start. He had a game April 6th against the Giants where he got 43. So I wouldn't mind taking the risk if you're playing just one lineup to go with him and then pay up some bats. But um, let's look at Houston bats against Chicago. Bregman at 27 looks a little nice. I guess Abreu at 22. I know he's been kind of crappy, but definitely a salary saver. Um, Colton Cowser just got called up, or no, Hessen Kjerstad was the one that got called up. They don't have him on the slate yet, but facing against Orioles playing against Griffin Canning is nice. Some affordable price tags. Gunnar Henderson has been going crazy. You can definitely go these four here too. Mullins has been mashing the ball. Ryan O'Hearn at 2,700. I think he was out today, so he might be in the lineup tomorrow. Well, I think Griffin Canning's a lefty, right? I don't know, but not some bad bats there. So I know I was saying I like Gosman, but I think that Kansas City might be a little contrarian to an extent just because it's you have the Atlanta Braves, Twins are going to be chalk, Arizona might be a little chalk, Houston will be chalk, Texas might be, obviously the Padres will be as well. So let's just check out some Royals bats. I mean, Bobby Witt's almost always in play. Um, Pascantino at 31, he's been doing some good. Um, Melendez and Garcia are kind of interesting. If I'm not mistaken, Garcia has the steal upside, obviously, along with Bobby Witt Jr. So if he can get on base, get yourself a stolen base, it's definitely not bad. Isbell went yard today, but if I had to, hold on 1 minute. Ronald Acuna, we always fall into this trap where we can play like a pitcher and then just pay up for big bats, and it almost never works out. It's not even just Acuna that's been screwing us. It's practically the whole team. I think there might have been one slate where we played Ozuna and he went kind of crazy. Yeah, we practically played him here, 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 here. Even today we played him in a good matchup against Miami Marlins, but bats aren't too bad. Arcia batted second today. So at 3K, I don't mind him. Travis d'Arnaud has been unfreaking believable. That man is just hitting nukes left and right like it's nothing. I mean, this is when he had freaking three in a game. Hit one today too. So if I had to rank these stacks, it would probably be in the rank of chalkiness, but it would be San Diego, Atlanta, Minnesota, Houston, Arizona, Kansas City. Kansas City is if you need a couple cheap guys, you're paying up for what's his name? Grayson Rodriguez. Yeah, that's practically it. The only reason why I'm not the thing with Texas Seattle, I don't even Dane Dunning's pitching. Let's see what he's done. Not bad, not terrible, but the only reason why I'm like not really talking about Texas much, I want to see the data first that Stochastic gives us. Kind of just go from there because there was a handful of games last season where Gilbert's in a good spot against, he would have the favored matchup or vice versa, and we would play him, and it was kind of like half and half. But I mean, overall, he's been playing great. I mean, three starts over 40, gave up four earned against Milwaukee, but I mean, other than that, I don't think he's a terrible play, but it's the defending champs, Texas Rangers. So yeah, I would say San Diego, Atlanta, Houston, Minnesota, and then Arizona. Not really in that rank. I mean, sort of, but those are some stacks I would look into. If you want to get a little contrarian, you can obviously go, I don't think they would be contrarian, but you can go the Yankees and Kansas City. And Baltimore looks good too, so yeah, that'll do it before I just keep yapping away about a lot of nonsense. So, um, hopefully we get a video out tomorrow. I don't know if we will. Just make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll put the link in the bio for our fan bases page. So I'll talk about that really quick. That's where you'll get our lineups. I post prize pick, sleeper, underdog, parlay, play, straight bets, parlays in there. We had a nice night the last few nights for on the sleeper side. Um, and they're giving out a lot of free promos, free squares. You have to pair it with something else, and then you're just rooting for the one prop to hit. So I made a couple plays already, but I gotta wait for data and stuff to load up tomorrow. So yeah, I'll put the link in the description there, and I'll see you guys in the next one.